joined now with Ron Suber. He's the president of Prosper, which is the first peer-to-peer lending marketplace. Thank you so much for joining us, Ron.
Good morning, Jackie.
What exactly does a peer-to-peer lending marketplace do?
What we do is connect people. So people who want to debt consolidate and pay off their high interest rate loans, people who want to do large purchases like home improvement and travel and elective medical procedures, and entrepreneurs who want to borrow on their personal credit for the purpose of their business. And we connect those people with other people and institutions who want to invest and help each other. So people are all looking for short duration yield. They're looking for a return of their money and a return on their money. And what Prosper does is connect people and help both sides, like online marketplaces, like Uber and Airbnb. Trust, transparent, everybody wins.
Why does that work better than traditional ways of loaning money?
So a lot of banks today aren't doing loans under $35,000 with no collateral. Lots of banks, not all of them, are just handing out credit cards. And as we know, there's only one interest rate in this country that has not come down, and that's credit card rates. And so this is the new way, the smart way to borrow money, and it's happening very quickly. We're growing very, very fast.
How do you make sure that both sides, the loaner and the person who's receiving the loan, are guaranteed the money and then the money in return?
That's a great question. So we do validation and verification of all the borrowers. We do some identity, some income, and some employment, making sure they are who they are. And on the investor side, we make sure they have diversified investments and make sure they spread their investments out, spread their loans out over lots of different borrowers. So if an investor came to us and invested their money across more than 100 borrowers and diversified, on average, they're going to get a 7% net return after any defaults and after our service fees. So for investors, both individuals and companies, to get a 7% short duration return on their money, it's almost unbeatable.
That's huge. What kind of expectation do you have for Prosper going forward?
What's going to happen going forward are the young people in our country, the Gen X and Gen Y and millennials, aren't going to do things like their parents. They're not going to travel, they're not going to bank, they're not going to buy music, they're not going to have home landline telephone numbers. They're going to not go to banks and put on suits and ask to borrow money. They're comfortable doing things on their device, on their iPhone, on their Droid, in an app. And that's paying for things and borrowing and investing. And so I think this is really a big wave. It's really a mega trend that's here to stay and really, really take off. I think a year from now, we'll look back saying, I can't believe we used to invest and borrow the old way.
So how do banks look at Prosper then?
So banks are partnering with us. Banks who don't want to do loans to their clients under $35,000, or banks that don't have a loan product, are introducing their borrowers to us. And banks want to own consumer credit, but some of them don't want to do the work. So we have banks buying loans from us because we were able to find the borrower, we were able to do the credit and verification.
How quick is turnaround? Let's say I walk out of here and I want a loan. How quickly can I get that money?
So you go to your mobile device, you go to a desktop device, or you call us, and you answer 6 questions. And we give you a pre-screened offer based on what we know about you, the bureau data and the data we have and the data we can get. So in 15 seconds, you're going to get 2 offers, hopefully. A 3-year loan with a rate and a dollar amount, or a 5-year loan with a rate and a dollar amount. If you want to proceed, you're going to hit accept terms and conditions. We're going to go do a hard pull on your credit, and we're going to start gathering 500 pieces of data about you to make sure this is a loan that everybody wants to do. We're going to validate your identity to make sure there's no identity fraud, and all those other things that we require, income and employment and lots of things. We then introduce you to the marketplace, and the Prosper marketplace is full of people like us and institutions, and those people and institutions will be funding your loan. You'll be seeing this online, on your mobile device. You're 50% funded, you're 75% funded, and we're going to be calling you saying, please send us those last documents, and in 2 or 3 or 4 days, maybe 5 days, the money will be in your bank account, ready to go.
You guys right now have a monopoly on this in America. What's stopping other people from creating, a competition for you guys?
So like a lot of things, like bridge and like yoga, it looks much easier. But when you try it, you realize it's actually much harder to get in and out of that yoga pose or play bridge very well. And that's the same with us. There's a big moat, a big barrier, both capital and technology and meeting the SEC and state requirements. This is a difficult business, but it's a business that's really here to stay because everybody's winning. And I think it's a new way, a smarter way for people to borrow.
All right, well, we hope everything works out. Thanks so much, Ron.
Thank you.